Let's see how many people can come up in here. If they come up in. All right, we got somebody. What's the deal? What is the deal? At this point, I'm late to every live, and it's not all my fault. It's the way the setup is. So when I say 9:15, just know I really mean like 9:20 because something changed. At least for me, y'all. I ain't the most technical savvy. Hey, Unique. I'm not the most technical savvy. So for me, it's an extra step. The only way it'll do it right on time is if you schedule the lives. And I did that once and it blew up in my face. And I said, I'll never do that again because what happened, I don't want to bore y'all with all the details. Y'all probably don't even know what half of the stuff is. But when you schedule it, it kind of locks you out where you can't even get into your own live, so to speak. At least for me. Like I said, I'm sure it's an easier way. So when I say 9:15, just know I really mean 9:20. If I say 7 o'clock, just know I really mean 7:05. That's at least how it's been for me until I figure this out or until YouTube figure it out. Cause like I said, it was easier before, and I don't think it's a coincidence. Something definitely changed. But enough of that, y'all. How everybody doing? Can y'all hear me? Just let me know. Gotta make sure. I don't even think my Wi-Fi is on. Jesus. Can y'all hear me? And is the quality and everything good? I didn't even turn the Wi-Fi on. Just let me know if everything is good. Hit the like button while y'all in here because we just started and we gonna start busting it up. I told y'all I was gonna get y'all back-to-back lives, so here I am. Ooh, here I am. Let me just do something loud and clear. Thanks, Unique. Hopefully the audio don't be janky. What's good? Who we got up in here? Ryan, what's the deal, bro? Everything good? Okay, thanks. Let me just do one more thing, y'all. Let me get on here and do this. We gonna start though. We gonna get it. We gonna bust it up. I will say this. I'm always giving predictions for these lives. Um, I know it's a little late for people on the east. It ain't super late. It's 9:30 for Christ's sake. So we all grown, but I know people got work and obligations. So I don't expect this live to be too lit as far as traffic. If it do, I love it. But just going by recent history, is a Monday night. It's 9:30 over here in the east, and I'm not expecting a whole lot of traffic. So we'll see how long this go. Obviously, at least an hour, hour and a half. And we gonna get to it. Can y'all please hit the like button. To any newcomers to the live or people that been rocking out with your boy, can y'all send something in the chat with where y'all from so I could get better acquainted? I know last night was a lot of new people in the lives. So most of y'all that's in here now, I'm sure I know. But I'm doing some minor stuff. I'm sorry for the delay. Jesus Christ. And I call myself the king of multitasking. And I can't even multitask it. Damn. I see that super thanks. I'm about to get right to you. I'm about to get right to you. So sorry. All right, there we go. We good. We good. We back. We up on this joint, y'all. I know I lost some people because I was trying to. Trust me, if it wasn't important, I wouldn't attend to it. But I had to do something real quick. Who we got up in the building? Ryan, you in Toronto? That's what's up. Let me get to all right. Firewave, I appreciate you, bro. I definitely appreciate you. Let me get to your chat though. Um yeah, I didn't like this girl. So Firewave say, I'ma say, hey, I didn't like the fact that my ex girl was with old friends back in the day. Everything was perfect, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So it ended. Can you elaborate, Ron? I mean, I said Ron, my bad. Can you elaborate, Firewave? Just a little context to, you can summarize it because I'm sure it's a whole lot. But when you say old friends, she was dealing with old friends when you met her. Um, was she dealing with old friends while you was dealing with her? Give me a little context because I think I know where you're coming from on it, but I just want to make sure before I elaborate. And if you can't get back, I'll just elaborate on what I think you're saying. But I definitely appreciate that super you said. Graham is in the building. My man Graham. Hey, Ryan, you in Toronto? You in Canada? I didn't know that. That's what's up. Graham said, "What's up? What you think of chicks that's been passed around and ending up with simps?" Well, we gonna get there, Graham. I swear. I got you, man. In fact, let me highlight that so I don't forget. I want to get to my man Fireway first, if he can elaborate, and I'm sure he about to elaborate. Um, so we was together, but she. All right, so it's pretty much what I thought it was, but I didn't say. In fact, she been. Yeah, let me. Um, all right, let me elaborate because you pretty much um talking about something I've talked about on this channel before, and what I gather from that situation, what I gather from that situation, I never did the friend thing. I never did the friend thing, bro. I'm gonna speak on myself, and then I'm gonna speak on your behalf of what I think. When women tell me about that friend stuff, it always been a red flag for me. Whether they tell me going in or I find out during. Old friends, old acquaintances, ex lovers, whatever the case may be, I never found that tasteful for somebody I'm pursuing, for somebody I hold near and dear, for somebody I feel as though we're going to have a real solid relationship. Because here's the thing, this is just me. I don't know if you think on this wavelength. Men and women, especially now more than ever, ain't no friends. You know, unless it's somebody like friend of the family that you grew up with, or you can't help who people know over the years. So if you with a woman and she run into an old friend and it's just, hey, how you been? So obviously we all grown here. We all grown. But all that, I have male friends and you supposed to understand it? No. It is a red flag. Women use that as, I ain't gonna say they use it as nothing. They just type women that feel as though they should have male friends. And they don't want to hide it from you. So they tell you or you find out. Whatever the case may be. But me personally, I don't do the whole friendly buddy buddy stuff. A woman tell me she got male friends, it is a red flag. And one of the biggest things they like to say is, I don't get along with women. That's bullshit. I ain't saying this bullshit that they don't get along with women, because women are god awful. I understand they don't get along with women. But you can't use that as your claim to fame to want to be around a bunch of dicks or a dick. It, it- Women swear like men is gullible. Now, I will say, some men that don't mind the whole friend thing. They're different. They're on a separate island. Your average man don't play that friend stuff. I know I never did. I never did. Now, have I dated women that had friends? Yeah. Was it always like, was it doom and gloom? No. But it's still just a bad look. It's a bad joint on all scopes. Because, like I said, now more than ever, it's a battle of genders. It's a battle of the sexes. I'm gonna say now more than ever. Who is this guy that you so buddy buddy with? What is this guy like? Oh, they use things like he could talk, he's good with conversations, he's not gay or nothing. Like, oh, but he's this, he's that. I don't care what rational, however you want to rationalize it, that is a red flag. I don't blame you for exiting stage left. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even if you didn't see no signs of distastefulness, it is a red flag for any woman. Now, most women hide that from their man. We all dealing, like most of us, whoever dealing with somebody, more than likely, I ain't gonna say more than likely. Put it like this: women usually don't tell guys that because they know it's a no no. Women usually hide that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When I found out one of my exes had a male friend, I found out. This was a while ago. I was young boy. I found out. But then I had an ex that did tell me about her male friend. And while I didn't think nothing was on the surface going on as far as sexual, I still didn't like it. And I told her about that. And it was what it was. You know, if a woman really respects you, she's going to drop that friend for you. I don't care who he is or whatever. Why can't y'all just be acquaintances? When y'all see each other, um, um, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? If y'all see each other spontaneously, it could be love, but ain't no talking. Who talking on the phone? Listen, let me tell y'all something. And this just me. Y'all might be different. If I'm busting it up on the phone with a chick, best believe I'm trying to hit. And I'm not even no dog. I'm not no pimp. I'm not none of them things. I feel as though why am I putting time in with a woman, um, whether it's over the phone, via text, or if it's just buddy buddy. Now, I will say, yeah, I know women that I used to go to school with, but I don't talk to them. There's women that's friends of the family, but I don't talk to them. If I see them, it's like, what's up? It has to be somebody really close that I'm so endearing and want to talk to on a regular basis. I'm sorry. So, as far as your situation, bro, I feel as though I would have left her alone as well. And you said two friends. You said, let me get back to it. All right, I see. You said, yeah, that shit is disrespectful. I ain't like it. I tried to. Yeah, that's something that you shouldn't even have to go out your way for her to understand. Yo, listen, I'm not on that type time. Because if you put the shoe on the other foot, bro, I keep it a buck. And I don't know your girl or ex girl or whatever, but I guarantee if you told her, well, I got a female friend, we just talked up. It's nothing, you know, it ain't nothing. She just happened to be of the opposite sex. She's gonna look at you like you crazy. See, what it be is nowadays a lot of these women want they cake and eat it too. And it goes to show why relationships is just overrated, most of them. Because I tell y'all something. I'm not the type of bull that's going to sit there and be like, oh, it's all this compromise. No, bitch, you either going to do what I say or I'll leave you alone. And I say that with my chest. I really mean that. I ain't got time for this. Yeah, a relationship is a give and take, and we all grown. And there's going to be some compromise. Obviously, I said that a little too husky. But all that was fair and all that. No, listen, you either going to do what I tell you or it ain't going to be nothing. I'll leave a bitch alone. And I mean that, and I don't mean to come off as blunt or harsh, but I'm serious. Because it's like, what is this? We not doing all this. As long as I'm not like full blown disrespecting you and all up in bitches' faces, and I got all these women and stuff, or I throw women in your face. That's the only way it could be somewhat not even tick for tack, where it be like this ain't fair. You draw and stuff like that. Cause I'm reasonable, but all that I should be able, and all that Me Too shit. It started with the Me Too, the feminists. Like, these women is out of control. They want dicks and shit. They want to be able to talk to men and tell you sassy if you say something towards it. That's BS. It is. Like, I gotta keep it a buck. So it's like, it's real. It is real, y'all. This is what is going on, where these women are on this matriarchy stuff, where I'm the whatever, like I'm the chick, I'm that girl and all that. That's why it's not worth being with most of these chicks, unless you got a down to earth chick that is has some type of modest in her, some type of humility in her, and some type of traditional way in her. If you meet a modern woman and she's modern, more than likely it ain't gonna work. Now do what you do, get your rocks off. Hopefully she make you happy and all that with sexually wise or whatever. But don't think, yeah, like I got one. That's not having one, bro. Women that think on that landscape is not to be wife. They are to be like, I ain't gonna say they just use for sex or nothing like that. I think like whores and 304s is for that. But women that's just like so modern, I ain't gonna say they just use for sex. They use to just like, I don't even know what to call it. Something lackluster. They not nobody to hold up on no pedestal. She's not no trophy. She's the regular Joan that be on TikTok all day, be on Instagram all day. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being on social media, but like if she really think on these modern times where it's like a Me Too feminist type, if she got a feminist bone in her body and it's like, well, if you could do it, I could do it and all that. If she got that type of mindset, I'm telling you, she is nobody to covet. She not, because she don't understand roles. She don't understand traditional roles. These women that want to be able to talk to men, and even if they claim it ain't nothing sexual, and it probably don't be nothing sexual, but it's a disrespect level. And that's where I feel you, bro. That's where I feel where you coming from, bro. Like, is nobody, no real man, no self-respecting man is taking that. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this. This should be a red flag for women, to any woman that's watching. I know it's pretty much all guys in here. But just in general, if a guy don't turn raise an eyebrow to a woman saying she got male friends, he don't really like you. You are just a fuck buddy. Because I don't know no regular guy that's going to be like, all right, it is 2026. I get it. You got to have you need somebody to talk to sometime. All right, if he agreeing to that shit, he don't really like the chick. That's the only way I can see a guy like doing that. Like, because I ain't gonna lie, in my past, I've done it. Where a woman be like, well, just know this. I'll tell her. I'll be like, oh, all right. You know? And it is what it is because I didn't look at that particular person in an endearing way. And I'm sure she knew, you know? So that's a telltale sign of just not caring. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it go. But bro, if you want to elaborate more, I got you. Now I know I had another. I think Ryan. Damn, where my man at? Damn, or was it? No, it wasn't Ryan. It was Graham. Uh, he said, "What's up with?" Was it that message? Wait, chicks been passed. Oh, chicks that's been passed around ended up with simps. That's the natural progression of life for these women. That's the natural progression. This is what a lot of the men been trying to warn women for. Because what happens is, we talked about it a little last night, y'all, and tell me if y'all agree. When a young woman is coming up in the ranks, they are getting game from these older, washed up women that's telling them, and some of these women tell their daughters this too, and they little nieces and little sisters and all this too. Don't get too attached to a guy. Live your life. Do this, do that, or whatever. And in the grand scheme of things, it's like cool beans because we tell young men that all the time. But where they mess up is that women are women and men are men. It's different for guys. I'm sorry to any woman that think it's a double standard. I didn't make the rules. Talk to the man upstairs. Because it's different for guys. Men don't get passed around. It can't happen. It can't. Men don't you lose value the more they sleep around. If anything, they gain stripes because women like a seasoned guy. Women want a guy that, oh, you been with this, oh, you done that, oh, you look more attractive. Men don't see it that way. As soon as we find out a woman is unruly or been passed around, I don't care if she's a dime. She's gonna look like a 7 or a 6 right after. As soon as you find out, she like, damn, you got a little pass. And that's one of the topics we're gonna touch on. But as soon as we find out a woman has a checker past, she don't look as appealing. It's just true. I mean, I've been a man for 40, almost 42 years. Y'all tell me where I'm telling a lie. When I see a woman and she look objectively attractive, and then I get to know her, and I find out she a little promiscuous. Wait a minute. 1 and 1 is 2. I'm starting to see little traits. She don't look like that 10 no more. She still look attractive, but it's like more like a 7. Because it's like, it's nothing to pursue now. It's nothing to, you know what I mean? So going back into it, because I don't want to be sidetracked, getting to your point, Graham, it is the natural progression because what happens is older women, women in their 30s and 40s is telling younger women that's actually in their prime, don't get too tied in with no guy. You got to explore the world, which sounds okay at first. It does. It sounds like, all right, because when you're young, for anybody, man or woman, you don't want to get too tied in. So I kind of get them. And then, but they stretch it. They say things like, and they don't use these words, but this is pretty much what they say. You know, you got to go through a ringer. Get used and abused first. Get your different taste of men first. Go through a ringer, and then you got all your life. You got your 30s, your 40s. Hey, look at me. I got three kids and 3 different baby dads, and I'm doing fine. No, because men don't pursue used women. Men don't pursue women that is damaged goods. We don't. So they giving these women false information, trying to be decent, or trying to be like men, I'm going to say. Because what it is they like men's claim to fame is they tell these young guys, don't get tied down, explore, be a man, chase your goals, chase your dreams. And it is true. That is true for that. But it's for men. Not saying women can't have aspirations and have a template to go by to be the best version of herself, but it ain't. Slut it out in your early 20s while you still got value. See, because you in your prime from 22 to 25. But slut it out with different guys. And then around 32, 33 years old, become serious and you'll find a guy. This is these young women's demise because they listen to that bullshit. No. What you should do is try to find the best guy. Not saying you're going to be a virgin or nothing, but you probably met a couple one-night, I ain't going to say one-night stands. That's pushing it. But you probably been with a couple guys, a couple meaning 2, and or whoever you dealt with in high school, whatever. We all grown. But you might want to find the best candidate while you still got some pureness to you. They don't say that. They say you got to live life and do this and explore it. And it is false because I tell y'all all the time, and I got to say it again, experience does not look good on women. Every guy I meet, every guy I talk to, don't like, they got the same claim to fame. These bitches is too experienced. Men like something a little more subdued. Now, we not out here meeting Cinderellas and virgins. Those days is over. But young men and older men want a woman that, okay, obviously she's been fucking. But I don't want a whole lot of mileage on them tires. I don't want no woman that been in this exotic place and that exotic place, and she got stories. Women shouldn't have crazy stories. They shouldn't. Married women should. Single women shouldn't be meeting men having all these crazy stories. They got a life and they done things and they achieved things. I'm not saying they should be like, well, I just sat in the house all my. I just went to school, graduated, and sat in the house. No, but they shouldn't have all these crazy stories because what it says is, baby, why are you in front of me? You've been to this deserted island, that boat, that yacht, that country, this place, and you are here in front of me looking for me to court and vex you. It is logic, and women don't. They just think they being decent. They want to show that they got stripes, or they want to show that shit. I done some things. They think it's decent. This is going back to women wanting to be men because it sounds good because we tell all our crazy stories, and they like, I want to top that, or not even top it. I want to bring something. They think it's bringing something to the table by telling us all this extravagance, and it's like, damn, you like a used tampon. You're like a used tampon, baby. It is what it is, and this is where the mindset of your average woman, they don't know, they don't realize. But I listen. Let me get back to y'all. Oh, we got another one. All right, I appreciate you. I appreciate that second joint you sent. Let me read. That's just like she didn't understand that. It's disrespectful. I mean, it's perfect. Yes, I get what you're saying. It's oblivious. It's oblivious to women that that is a knock on our masculinity. Bringing any man into the picture, even though he's not in the picture, but having any type of status with any other man is a knock to men's masculinity. And forgive is a knock to our masculinity. It's just flat out disrespectful, like you said. And for her not to realize that is crazy. It's crazy. Like I told you, I'm full disclosure. Any woman I meet or met or whatever, if she hit me with that friend stuff, I'm going to hit her with some friend stuff because she's going to be friend zone. She's going to be put in the category as maybe I could just fuck you real quick. Don't hit me with the like, and it's cool. Like my thing is, I love women that's honest. This ain't me trying to tell women hide all your stuff because now it's gonna make it worse. Because if I do take you serious and gotta find out later, it's going to be 10 times worse. I'm talking about be honest about it, but just know you're put in a category. That's all. There's nothing to it. Well, women, that's why I said most women realize that, and they usually don't tell you they got male friends. I'm gonna just tell you, like your chick was bold, or I don't know if you had to find out if she told you, but she was bold because most chicks don't say. They be like, he'll never find out, or I'm gonna play it like it ain't nothing, and whatever, because they know it's disrespectful. So for her not to realize that, bro, you dodged the bullet. I would send her packing too. It's corny. Like we ain't doing all that friend stuff. Um, I just couldn't stand it. You just couldn't stand for it. She tried her best, but at the end, yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. It's one of them Jones like, come on now. What it goes back to, bro, is a lot of women aren't logical. They live in this fantasy, emotional roller coaster ride, and like the Me Too and I'm this and I'm that and I'm entitled and I'm a princess type of way. Some of them don't think in the real world. And they don't think what the real ramifications for certain stuff is. They don't look at it in that way. They look at it as I'm this, I'm that. And we can blame the Sims for that. And I'm gonna get I ain't gonna get into it too much because I got a video. Y'all know I don't like spoiling. But we can thank the Sims for a lot of behavior that a lot of these women portray. I'm gonna keep it up. But a lot of these women, the sip culture have got them like this, where it's about me and do your thing and do this and do that. And my thing is do and do that, but be single. A lot of these women want men. They want a man to abide to that distasteful stuff. And no, you better off just being single and being a 304 for the rest of your life. Like I respect that more. It's like, you know what? I know no guy is going for none of this nonsense. I'm not looking for no guy because no real man that's worth anything, and that's the men that women want. Women, they say all this stuff, but they want strong-minded men for the most part. Some of them like that simp stuff, but for the most part, they want strong-willed men or whatever. So the guy that I'm going for, the guy that I'm a respect, ain't going for this stuff. So you know what? I know I'm a chip off the old block. I know I'm unruly. I'm gonna just stay single and grow old with a bunch of cats. If a woman really like just succumb to that, I would respect it. I would respect it. Now I ain't gonna like her lust for ways because at the end of the day you still is a slut. But I'll be like, well, at least she know what she is. Like at least she know like what she is, and she not trying to pull no wool over my eyes. Listen, no man is gonna deal with me, so I'm just out here for the streets. But these women, that's not enough for them. They need a guy, somebody to like them for them, and it's like no real guy is going for that. It's just true. Who else we got up in here? Um, Oh, Jay Nettie, what's the deal, bro? Jay Nettie, was you in here last night? We went live last night. I don't remember. Maybe you was, but I don't remember seeing. Maybe you didn't just. Maybe you didn't comment. But salute, bro. Yeah, the guy that takes her the most serious usually loses. That's why I'm like, listen, we gonna get into it because I got a couple topics for y'all. I got a couple topics for y'all, but he ain't speaking no lies. Yeah, she didn't. I figured that she didn't like you talking to the opposite sex. See what it is entitlement, bro. It's entitlement with these hoes, man. It's wild. It's wild out here. I be feeling for some guys that's in relationships where I know they going through a ringer. You ever see a chick? Tell me this, y'all. I ain't getting sidetracked. This still on the topic. And I'm gonna get to the rest of y'all comments. You ever see a chick in public? You ever be like at the grocery store, pumping your gas, at the poppy store? Well, we call them poppy stores, but y'all might call them bodegas or corner stores or whatever. Pop anywhere. Like, it don't matter where, but somewhere doing everyday stuff. And you see a woman and she acting a certain way, and then like for whatever reason you see like she got a dude. Either the dude is with her or she might be on the phone and she say, "Hey babe," or whatever. You ever think to yourself, man, I wonder what Bull going through. I wonder what he, because you see the mannerisms. Forget the tattoos and the fact that she looked like she about to go to a club. You see, and you be like, who's the unlucky guy? Who's the unlucky guy? And it ain't even being newsy. It's just like, yo, who, like, damn, she got somebody? It ain't even about attraction, because some of the times they do be attractive. We talking about the unruliness and the behaviors. You be like, damn, somebody wifed her. And it just shows, it says to me like a lot of guys that are in current relationships are going through stuff. They gotta be. Because I'm like, if she like this here, how is she up in that house? What is she nagging about? How many Instagram posts do she send every day? How much gaslighting do she do? How much entitlement she got? I be feeling for these guys. I don't know if it's just me. I be feeling for strangers. I be like, man. And now you don't know if he unruly. He might be a piece of shit too. I more feel for the good men that's going through shit. You know? Because some of these guys be garbage too. Let's keep it a buck. So it's like, y'all motherfuckers deserve each other. But to the good, solid guys that ain't perfect, but we know what a good man is. And women know what a good man is that's dealing with the most with some of these chicks. It just make you wonder. You be like, yo, what's going on? I gotta fix my damn this AC ain't working too good. But they claim they working on it. So that's why I keep wiping my low out. But I ain't sweating too bad. I'll be alright. But yeah, y'all. I know I ain't the only one. Y'all ever like be in public or like full disclosure, I went through a time where I was on like here in Philly we got something called SEPTA. It's like our public transportation. My car was down for like a period of time, and I was between Lyfts and Ubers. I was doing the public trans for like a little while, and that's where you really see it. Like anybody, y'all, if y'all live in a major city and y'all catch public transportation, that's when you see the most unruliness with women. I don't care who you is. That's when you see the worst of the worst. And you ever see him and you just like, I wonder who's the unlucky guy. Cause like you really like in your heart of hearts, you like, ain't no way nobody with her. And then like they might either call somebody or but women say babe to everybody. You could be a guy that just getting dick sucks from and they call you babe. So you never know. But y'all know what I mean. Um it's wild. Or you see the guy with the woman. That's the biggest one. Cause you like, she acting like that with you, bro. She acting like that while she in public with you. I can only imagine what she doing to you in that crib. Like, how's her behaviors up in that house? That's real rap. Maybe it's just me. I be seeing, I be peeping. You said, who's this? Hold up. John. John said, wait, why should we just bow down? You joking, right, John? Come on, bro. They have what we want. Listen, let me tell you something about that. If we keep the buck, do they have what we want? Hit the like button, y'all. Help your boy out. Do they have what we want? That's an open-ended question. Because most guys that been around the block ain't even, I ain't gonna say we ain't worried about it. But it ain't like a goal like it once was, like something to strive for. These chicks is easy. Like, it can't be just in Philly. It can't be. These women are easy. Now, are they unruly? Are they nasty? Do they have bad behavior on a high level? Yeah, and that's what counteracts the easiness. Because your average guy, if I'm just being real, your average guy, and I'm right there with the guys that, for whatever reason, can't get laid. I'm right there with y'all. I'm not shunning y'all or putting y'all in no category because it's a thing. But your average guy can get laid. He don't want what he could get laid by. If that makes sense. Like it makes like we gotta keep it real. So do they have what we want? Yeah. I mean, your average guy wants some yams. I mean, I get it. There's no harm, no foul. But at what cost? Because it's like if you done had it once, you done had it a million times. You're like, come on, y'all. Let's be real. It ain't that deep. It's something. I'm not saying sex is nothing. I would be lying. But these women are easy. Like, it's not like a hard thing of getting, like, I don't know. And I don't speak for all men with that because I know we are our own entities. But I'm just saying overall, a lot of guys nowadays want something more than that. And even I know men that is just looking to get laid, but they looking to get laid by certain types of women. That's how bad the behavior is. I know men that's like, all right, I don't want nothing serious, but I'm choosy with who I'm picking to give this, you know what I mean, to. Who I'm willing to lay down with because the unruliness is so high and the toxicity is so high that a lot of men that ain't even looking for a lot don't want to be around. They don't want to be in the presence of some of these women or the promiscuity of the woman. It's like, man, I ain't trying to catch shit type shit. So it go on both ends. It ain't just because, guys looking for love and all that. And it is men looking for a partner too. But even the guys that's just trying to get laid is being somewhat choosy. So we got to keep it a buck. Nobody want to be around no fat John. Nobody want to be laid up with no John that's just a slut. Let's keep it a buck. Nobody want to do this. There's too many of them out here. So it's like we talk about that fatigue word, men are fatigued with women's behavior. Where it's to the point where guys ain't even, regular guys, not simps, ain't even doing all that just to get, it's like, all right, like, man, I don't even want to, like, no, like, this bitch she too much. They not caring. Like, a lot of men ain't even taking that extra step that we used to, if we all being real, that we used to for women, because it's like, man, just to get some pussy, like, man, no, man, fuck this. I know there's a lot of guys saying that, like, I ain't doing this shit, man. This shit is against my like, no. Some guys really stand for something. Now, that's separate from the simps. I get it. Because there's a new simp born every day. I really believe that. But we talk about the total opposite of these simps. The guys that really stand on something. They not caping for these. Like, they like, all right, I want some pussy, but man, I don't feel like calling this dumb bitch. Like, I don't feel like, shit. Like, if you dealing with a nonsensical being and she's showing you on a regular basis that she's that, men is like saying fuck this. They throwing in the white flag with that hoe. They like, man, I ain't doing all this, man. I ain't putting in all this effort for you. I think a lot of guys is doing that now more than ever. That's why I speak to what I speak to, because of that reason. I ain't doing all that. Like, man, I'm gonna let this. Fuck this, man. And that's another reason why men are so nonchalant, because they know women aren't so easy. That's another reason, because it's like, I could just find another one that's going to suck my dick. I ain't got time for this. Men ain't going for it. And I'm proud of the men that's, like I said, is counteracting against the simps, because we need that. We need guys that's really standing on something. And like I said, now I'm gonna speak to this, and I'm gonna finish our comments because I know there's a few I ain't get to. Uh, the Simps is just out of control. The Simps is out of control. So we have to dilute that with realness, with sturdiness, with logic, with morals, because these guys are, man, listen, I'm full disclosure. Some of the things that these guys are saying in these DMs and these guys are saying via text, I'm telling you, I'm not saying I get why women act like this, but yo, you will see, you'll be like, oh, this is why. It's like, it draws that line. You like, so this is why these women is so fucked up. These guys is sending novels, poetry, riddles, soliloquies. They are talking to whores like they are the creme de la creme. I swear. Like I'm telling you, like these simps is out of control. They are saying stuff to these chicks. Like the same chick that just had a dick in her mouth, a simp is saying "Good morning, queen." Like, all right, she just took like, um, all right, that's enough. That's enough. But y'all know what I mean. Like it just like, you know, and then "Good morning, queen. How you doing?" Like that is happening. They are offering things for women merely existing. For just existing, women is getting like on your average just modest things. A $10 cash app. You want lunch, $12 whatever. Now once put it like this, I'm gonna tell y'all how the Simps do. Simps is doing modest. Your average simp. They doing modest things for women. Now once they get the pussy and they like the pussy, then that big stuff come like trips and plane tickets and stuff like that. But in the beginning, Simpsons doing $15 cash apps. Lunch on me, baby. How's my queen? Can I see your nails and your feet? What color did you get? Did you think of me when you got it because I paid for it and all that? Man, these guys is disgusting. These guys are saying fucking nut shit to these hoes. And these ain't even regular women. These be sluts. Like, I wouldn't even do it to a regular woman. Not saying there's nothing wrong. Like, y'all love on whoever y'all love on, but I'm not even saying queen to a chick I find endearing. I'm going to call her by a name or whatever pet name I gave her or whatever. Like, a regular... I'm not even calling a chick I hold at a high level queen. So what the fuck am I doing it for a fucking slut for? But these guys doing it. They know they sluts. Oh, James could pull up on me. You think you can... Like, they telling this guy is another man that was supposed to pick me up. You think you can send me a lift? They're saying that's a simp. But they like, all right, yeah. All in the... And like I said, I don't want to say too much because, y'all, I got a video coming on this topic. But all for yams. All for... And sometimes it don't even be for yams. Some guys just be wanting a chick to know them. Like, they be wanting to know these chicks. Like, they want yams, but they'll settle for, like, all right, she ain't never going to let me get no yams. But just the fact that I know her is enough and all that old nut shit. These guys is lame. Graham, what's the deal, bro? Great breakdowns. It's wild out here. Yeah. And it's crazy, and I try to put it in the most lay terms I can because some guys... And Graham, I know you can attest to this. Some of these guys don't be getting it. They be thinking, oh, well, women is women. Ain't no women is women. And we all love women. I absolutely admire women. But let's be real about something. Let's be real about this bullshit that's going on in society. These guys they and this is why, going back to why I started talking about this is why. Because if you see some of the stuff that these simps is doing for these women, not saying I don't blame them for being the way they are. Distasteful is distasteful. But you kind of be like, damn, no wonder she's so entitled. No wonder she talking about she don't want to go to Ruby Tuesdays for a first date. Like, and I know it's coming off as funny, but I'm being real. No wonder she talking about it gotta be this place. Because these fucking simps is telling them, you're the prize. Live your life, queen. Don't never let nobody... Like, they motivational speakers for hoes. They are motivating whores. It's okay. Like, everything is okay. They wouldn't dare tell a woman, like, what she doing is unruly or not seen in a endearing way, they would never. No, they hating on you, queen. Like I'm telling you, and this is grown ass men with beards, receding hairlines. This don't have no shape, no age, no demographic. These are white guys, Indian guys, black guys. These are is a certain thing where these guys saying stuff. They doing like this on their phone, texting them and putting in emojis and stuff to bitches that had a dick in her mouth probably like 10 minutes ago. I tell no lies. I'm telling y'all, they is out of control with the behavior, yo. But Grandma, I appreciate that that super chat. My bad. And DJ Academics. Oh, DJ Academics is a simp. You ain't telling no lies. He's a simp. He's one of them guys that he date leftover women. And you know what? Hollywood, not saying DJ Academics is Hollywood, but at this point, he kind of like a household name. But y'all know what I mean. Celebrities are all taking recycled women. It's like a thing with them. I don't understand it. I never have, never will. These streamers, the Adrian Broners and all them type guys, they are dealing with women that, oh, you had her and you did all types of nasty things to her on film, and now I want her. And not only do I want her just for sexual value, she my girl now. That's what guys is doing. I don't know what to call that. And I think it's happening in the regular world too. But it's on either front, whether it's celebrities or everyday guys, it's not tolerated. Now, I think we all maybe met a distasteful woman and didn't know, unbeknownst to us. That's no harm, no foul. Even though you should still look for the signs and try to court and vet appropriately. But wool can be pulled over any man's eyes. I'm talking about men that seen the woman on film with a homie or some other guy or whatever, and you still going for the gusto. No, I'm not. She was a willing participant in this shindig, and you, no, I'm not wifing you. I might not even want to knock you off, but that's just me, you know. But that's how it's going. It's wild. It's wild, wild, wild. My glasses is getting foggy. It is a little warm in here, y'all. I'd be lying if I didn't say I ain't the most comfortable. This damn AC. But yeah, it's wild. But damn, we almost an hour in. And I didn't even get to none of my topics, but it's cool. Some of these we can save for another time if we don't make it that far. But y'all, it's real, man. But I love the dialogue. I love the God damn it. There's a pandering epidemic amongst men online. Yes. Facts. Facts, bro. Online the most. We hear about the gaslighting, the enabling, the just nonsense. Just straight up unnecessary BS that's going on with men online. And not just online, but in dating, in the culture or whatever. It's bad out here. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna wait a little while to get into that. I'm gonna wait till a few more people get in here. But going off that comment I just read, men are doing the most to get the less. They doing all this gaslighting and all this pandering to get a thank you from these women. Now, it's some men getting laid from it, obviously. Some of these simps is getting some pussy now. Don't get it fucked up now. These they especially if the woman is using her little logic that she do have. If he gave me a $20 cash app for just knowing them for 2 minutes, because I told him I was hungry. If I give him some pussy, that's plane tickets. That's a trip. That's a this. Especially when they know what the man is capable of, financially wise. So some of these guys is getting laid. That show you too that women lay with anything. Because they say we'll lay with anything, but when it comes to money, women will lay with anything. It's true. And they are using that little logic. So some of these guys is getting buns. Like, I'm not saying that in a good way. I'm just saying, because some people like, oh, you doing this just for, some of these guys be getting what's between these women legs, and it's like, it still don't make it no better. You know, because that's the pimp's claim to, I said pimp. That's the simp's claim to fame is, I'm getting buns though. Bro, you have no morals, no backbone, no integrity, and they don't care about none of that. Because it's like a social phenomenon. It's about getting yours and all that. And it's like, at what cost? But we already know, for the most part, Simpsons guys that never got girls in high school. So they don't even know how to maneuver and be natural around a woman, especially a woman with some looks. They don't know how. So all they can do is simp. And I ain't saying that to be facetious. I'm being real. Like, most simps is guys that for like, they either like socially awkward, or they just didn't get girls in high school. Because I know a lot of socially awkward guys that just is regular. They not simps. So I ain't going to use that. Y'all know what I mean. Just, they didn't get no buzz. Most of them is like highly unattractive, or they just believe in this whole matriarchy culture. They too dug into this whole new times, this feminist stuff. There's a lot of reasons for simps, but that's the number one. They didn't get girls. Like, they don't know how to be around girls and be their regular manly self. It's like, I got a cape. That's my only strength. If I tell her everything she want to hear and nod my head like this and do things, that's the closest thing I could do to be getting them cheeks. And it is wild, but it is true. It is true. It's like, yo, bro, they don't care about integrity. They don't care about having the backbone. They don't care about, bro, like, it is wild. They don't care about too much of anything. Wave, what's the deal? Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. My man Wave coming through with the chats. Bro, I ain't even gonna hold you. And I'm not just saying this. It's the pride factor. And let me tell you something else, bro. It's the respect factor. No, you're not wrong for it, because the fact that you explain yourself, you told her like this is not a thing, and she didn't understand, tells you everything you need to know. A real chick, and I ain't gonna say she never liked you or nothing. I ain't gonna take it that far. But a real woman that really that values a man is going to put every. I ain't saying she got to put her family or nothing like that she hold near and dear, but she's going to put almost anything on the back burner for that man. I know women that done quick jobs for men. I ain't gonna say no names. I know women that done put money to the side for men, things, and it ain't a selfish thing. It's for a greater good. So forget all that. Now I can see if you just held it in and you didn't open up to her or something, then I would say, well, my advice would be let her know how you feel or something like that. But if you already elaborated on how you feel with the whole friend thing, and she looked at you like you was crazy, or she didn't understand where the disconnect is, I'm putting myself in your shoes. I would let her go. Me personally, this is me. I don't think I ain't gonna say every guy in this chat agree, but me personally, I wouldn't deal with her. I would let her go too, because what am I doing? Like, that mean, put it like this: it's a snowball effect. So let's say you did, like, let's say you didn't like the fact that she was dealing with male friends or whatever, but she was like, I like this girl enough. You told her about it and she didn't understand. She was like, well, what's the problem? It ain't nothing going on. It's just a friend. Whatever. And let's say you was like, you know what? I like her too much, where I told her how I felt, but she still ain't, whatever. It ain't enough to leave this woman alone. And you stayed with her. Imagine what that snowballs in down the road, because let me tell you something about women. They are second level thinkers when it comes to men. They remember everything that you abide by, and everything you don't and everything you don't abide by. So what happens is, because there's never enough for a lot of them, whatever they see they can get away with, it snowballs into way, way more. This is usually how it happens. I'm gonna say it's like that with 100% of women. No, but women usually see what you don't like, or even if you don't like it, what you're willing to deal with and tolerate. And if she see, I'm just using her as example. If she see that, all right, he didn't like this, but he still stayed with me. Shit. Not saying she would do it purposely, but just naturally, it would come out that I could know I could do this too, because that's on the lower level. He ain't gonna like this too, but he'll stay with me. I'll do this too, or whatever the case may be. And maybe I'm taking it somewhere that it ain't, because she might not be like that. But I'm saying a typical woman, once they see what they could get away with, or what you willing to be like, all right now, like, and they take that shit and run with it, bro. So it would have been your demise down the road, even if, all right, you jumped the gun by leaving her alone, which I don't think you did. Hell, I'm telling you, women take stuff and run with it. I don't know one woman that wouldn't take, like, they'd be like, all right, well, you know I do, because this is what women's claim to fame be a lot of times. Well, you already know, so such. And when a woman see that you dealing with something, there's no going back from it. That's one thing I always tell guys, like, you can't flip the script now. You can't, like, know something about a woman, and then your morals kick in 5 months later, and then you got a problem. That stuff, that's why you did what you had to do, because shit like that you got to check from the door, like you did, and stand on it. Because one thing about women, they're not going to let a guy, I ain't going to say let a guy, but they don't respect a guy that all of a sudden you got a problem with it. No. You got to tell her, yo, I don't play this shit from the door, whatever. Not with everything, because that'd be crazy. But with the things you really is against your morals and against what you stand for, never hold that shit in. Never hold that shit in. Real rap. Tell them from the rip. Like, yo, I don't deal with this. You know, even if it ain't cause for pause or cause for exit and stage left, still let her know, like, damn, I ain't saying I'm break up with you or nothing, but I don't usually do this. I don't do this. And she got no choice but to respect it, because you said it from the rip. You know, what a lot of men like to do is get some intestinal fortitude to say stuff months and years later, weeks and months and years later, and it usually don't work in the man's favor, because women got this thing in them where it's like, oh no, like, you ain't been saying that. Like, they feel as though you got this, somebody put a battery in your back or something. Or maybe one of your family members put you up to it. Or all this stuff. This is how women think. I'm just telling y'all. This is how women think. And they'll be like, I'm not worried about that. Or it's for him. I'm doing what I do anyway, because he wasn't like this when I met him, type of shit. That is women. That's people, though. Like, anything, like, this ain't just with people. Like, if you don't like something, call on the carpet from the rip. Because they got to respect it. Even if they don't abide by or agree, it's like, this is how this person was from day one. That's why anything. I check hoes early. Like, if I'm feeling them enough to check, because some women ain't checkable. Like, if you just knocking her off, I ain't checking you on shit. You come suck my dick and leave me the fuck alone, that's it. But if I feel as though you going to be somebody, I'm letting you know what the game plan is early. I'm letting you know what I abide by, what I expect out of you, what I'm willing to accept out of you. And that's just for, like, relate on the grounds for relationship. A chick that you feel as though got some potential. Ain't nothing wrong with letting a chick know. Listen, I run a strict joint over here. We ain't, like, there's going to be some fairness. There's going to be some compromise, because I'm all man and I'm real. But I'm not going for a lot of shit that these other guys going for. You could call me sassy. I don't give a fuck. I got too much. I stand for too much. I got too much morals with me, and just things that I've worked on over the years to cape to a chick. Nah, it ain't that deep. And I tell women, like, I'll leave you the fuck alone. Like, it ain't about shit. And a lot of men, a lot of you guys just gotta start letting women say all that sassy shit. Let them call you insecure. Like, it ain't being insecure about standing on morals. I'm telling you, I ain't with this. Let them, because It don't really mean nothing. They say that to like make you feel away, and so that you can scale back from what you stand for. That's what it is. It don't. It ain't really. They really don't think you sassy. Because if they thought you was sassy, they wouldn't be with you. It's just, come on now. Like, see, you ain't stoic enough and all that. Bitch, you don't even know what stoic mean. You heard it on Instagram one time and you took it and ran with it. Half of these chicks don't even know what the words mean that they use. Like stoicism. Like, what is it? You put them on the spot. They be like, is it? They don't know. They heard a girl say it. They heard their favorite influencer say it, so they say it. You ain't stoic enough for me. Well, leave me the fuck alone. I guess I'm not. A lot of us gotta start checking our pride at the door because it's for a greater good. It's for a greater good. You know, I don't be caring. I'll tell it. I'll be like, listen, ain't no shame in my game. If I'm really feeling a woman, and women should look at that in their way if I'm breaking something down to you, because that mean I rock with you. But if I ain't saying nothing, you definitely just like some type of jump off or something. But if I'm telling you, trying to give you a proper understanding or try to give you some type of instruction soundly, that means I'm feeling you in a way and I expect as much from you. I expect a certain level from you, you know? And I think more men need to move like that. Because a lot of us is afraid to be called those things. I got to keep it a buck. A lot of men don't want to be put in that category because they look at it as inferior. But what I'm telling y'all is women use that as a defense mechanism to make you go against your better judgment. That is real. Women, when women use sassy and insecure, it don't really mean that. It is a word that they used as a community. Let's get them in this way so they can turn their eye to the dumb shit we do and say. Call him sassy, that'll work. He'll get off your back. Call him insecure. Oh, it ain't work? Damn. Being real. I'm telling you. It is true. Like, no, fuck that. Yo, whoa, you what? Oh, no, I don't go for that. Yo, listen. All right, well, I'm just telling you, I mean, you don't gotta be ultra aggressive with them. You don't gotta be ultra. You don't even gotta raise your voice. You just tell them, yo, I ain't with all that. Whoa. Oh, you into all that shit? Oh, no. See, hold up. No. I ain't. You tell them. And I guarantee, even if I'm not saying she's going to stick around or she's going to obey, it's going to train you for the next woman. And the next one, it's going to become academic to you. Because you're going to be like, any chick that come in my life, I'm letting her know that. I don't, listen, fuck it. All right, it is what it is. You're going to think about that pussy or whatever a little bit. Like, damn, it was a good shot or whatever. And then that shit go down. You says, you like, man, it's for a greater good, though. I stand for something. And it don't mean you holier than thou. It don't mean that you're this king and that. It just mean you a man with morals. That's all it mean. It don't mean you that bull or you think you better than people. It don't gotta mean all that. That's what another thing that women like to use. They'll say, "Oh, you think you high and mighty? You think you better than?" It don't mean that. What's wrong with a guy having boundaries and standards? But it's like, maybe I missed something. It don't mean I'm better than nobody. It just mean I'm not going for that. You know? I'm not with this new wave of thing. I'm more traditional. And you don't even gotta be a traditional dude to think that. You just gotta be a guy that stand for something. You know? That's how I look at it. I ain't read y'all comments in a minute. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Where we at with the comments? Damn. I hate when I get long-winded. I know sometimes y'all probably be like, this big lip motherfucker need to look at his phone and read my damn comment. Like, I joke, y'all. I joke. I joke. All right. She was testing your limits. Yeah, that's what it was. She was trying to see what you willing to, you know what I mean? She like, you know, women do that. Women throw little plays and little tests. You know, not saying in real life she wasn't taught, because obviously the proof is in the pudding, but she just see what you react to, what you, right. I don't blame you, bro. Yeah. Blaze Bradley, what's the deal, bro? My man Blaze in here. Who pipe her down and lay down the rules. I like your style, Blaze. I like your style. Real rap, man. We all men in here, so we can talk like this. Y'all know y'all know this ain't no lies. Lay it down. And deep down, a real woman like being told what to do. I'm not saying on no womanizing shit. I'm not saying on no before the powers that be think I'm preaching pimp qualities and whatever. But we all men up in here. If you've been around the block, a real woman, and I ain't even going to distinguish it as being real or fake, just a woman. A woman worth her grain of salt. Want a guy to tell her what to do. As long as it ain't nothing immoral, as long as it ain't nothing, y'all know what I mean. Lay down the rules. And that's not even telling the woman what to do. That's telling the woman what you're willing to do. That's not even telling her really what to do. That's another topic and another level because that is a thing too, where women want to be told what to do every goddamn second. I'm telling y'all what I know. There's women out here, a lot of women. I ain't even gonna say it's like no small community. They want to be told what to do. Now that has scaled back with the feminists and the whole new wave of whatever that's going on. It came down a little bit, but a lot of women want to be told what to do. I just gotta keep it a buck. They do. They want to be told what, like, all right, I'll do it this way and all that because they like to be led, and it's a natural thing. I'm not knocking them for it, or I'm not saying they stupid. They like being told what to do. It's a natural thing for real women, the ones that really know their place. But I digress on that one. But yeah, that one, what we was talking about earlier, ain't really telling the woman what to do. That's more telling the woman what you're willing to deal with and what you expect from her to carry it with you. That's on a whole nother level, other level from telling a woman what to do. That's something too, but it ain't on that joint. It's just not. Uh, Lynn, what's the deal? Always speaking facts, bro. Always. Says sassy, another buzzword on attempt at shaming men. Yeah, thinking it'll trigger us. That's what it is. And it's a shame that I be having to break that down to like not y'all, like just guys in my personal life. Cause they hate that word. They be like, don't you hate when women say it? I said, it don't bother me because I know it's made up and foolish. What you mean, bro? I'm like, man, that shit is a deflect mechanism that women, obviously they ain't all do it in unison, but it seemed like everything they do is in unison. Cause like it picks up like that. It like goes viral. And these certain key words and key phrases and key mannerisms, they all carry in a community where they use this stuff to take you off your square. Like, same thing with brokey and this giving broke. I let a bitch call me broke. Like, if I was dating, like, in a dating game, like, right now, and I was, like, one of them guys that actually date and, like, take women places, I tell y'all all the time, like, I would take a chick somewhere modest and let her call me broke. Yo, fellas, I really gotta get this through to y'all. Y'all keep coming with y'all comments. I'm not going to deter from that. We gotta stop. Wait, I get that we have pride. We have pride on a level different from women. Women got pride, but our pride is way up here. Like we take pride very serious. And we take our masculinity serious. And we don't like being played with and we don't like being played. I get it. But y'all, we gotta stop saying like being worried about the materialism. We know nowadays these women are way out there with the things they claim they expect from men. We know it's nonsense. So why try to uphold that or not even that? Because a lot of men ain't even upholding to it. A lot of men is just like, oh, this bitch crazy. But it's nothing to conversate about, is what I'm saying. Where I'm going with this one is a lot of guys will go back and forth with a woman over said date and price and destination and all that. It's nothing to talk about. Let me tell you something. If I was in the dating game, I met a chick the day of tomorrow, and I decide to take her to Applebee's, there's not gonna be nothing that like there's not gonna be no back and forth. Now, obviously, if it's over the phone and she asks, well, we'll be going on Friday anyway, and I say Applebee's, when she hit me with anything of um dismay for or being unpleased with where we going. There's no like, well, I just met you and stuff. I just know, let me dodge this bullet real quick and ghost this chick. I ain't gonna hang up on her. I'm just gonna be like, oh, all right, you one of those. I'm cool. I'm not gonna argue with you about me spending my money. That's how my conversation. It ain't gonna be, well, I just met you. Probably if we last the second date, I'll take you somewhere. Like some guys, and they don't be all simps. It would just be logical guys that is trying to give these women game on. Look, I just met you and all. It's nothing to talk about. These women are grown ass women. They realize what they saying is fucking bullshit. There's nothing to say to you, ho. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not. What? All right, cool. All right. We don't gotta go. It ain't about calling a bunch of bitches. It ain't about none of that. I'm just gonna be like, I'm cool. I don't even want to go nowhere no more. Anyway, I lost my appetite. We don't gotta go nowhere. And that's it. I'm not gonna reason and haggle with no chick about spending my money. Guys be going back and forth, and I get it. But at this point, like maybe when the wave first started, 2021, when did women start expecting? It seemed like COVID brought a lot out of these hoes. But let's say 2021. It probably started before that. I don't know. But y'all know what I mean. Let's just say 5 years ago, this new trend started where women wanted to go somewhere. Back then, maybe it was a thing where you going back and forth with it, like, look, I just met you. Like, we supposed to be chill. Now, at this point, if any of you guys dating, it's not worth going back and forth with her of why you not taking her nowhere ritzy. It's not worth it. These women know why. And even if they don't know why, it's nothing to explain. What it shows is if you the type of woman that think that you should expect that like that, I don't even want to try to like haggle with you or get to know you. You on the let me dodge this bullet real quick. Real rap. But I get it. What it be is guys be wanting to knock chicks off. So he feels though, let me at least explain to her. And I'm not saying this is bulletproof or you gotta be extra stern or extra, but y'all know what I mean. We gotta stop like being worried about chicks calling us broke and shit. Like if a chick called me broke today tomorrow, I'm not gonna have no type of reaction to it. I'm gonna look at it like this. I'm like, it ain't like for real. Because what it is whether I'm broke or not, I know I'm not broke. So why would I like go back and forth with a stranger? Because that's what she is, a stranger of why I'm not broke. No, I got motion, bitch. You because some niggas like to do they like to do the flex joint and then show them, and it's like proving a point for what, bro? That's where like the testosterone is too far, bro. She ain't nothing to prove nothing to. She's nonsense. She just walk away from a chick like that, or have her leave, or you all know what I mean. And that's what be our demise because chicks get off to that. Because for real, they feel as though it's a win-win because they feel as though, all right, he reneged on like doing this for me or whatever, but I got him to prove to me he not broke. I got him mad. I got him flustered. I got him this. So women get off to that bullshit, stuff like that. So it's like, no, I'm not even gonna give you the satisfaction of seeing me upset or hype or whatever. I'm just going to like be like, all right, cool, I'm broke. She ain't gonna know what to do. She ain't gonna have nothing. She gonna be confused. She like, damn, he not even gonna at least prove to me, or he not gonna call me a bunch of bitches, or say, bitch, I don't owe you. I don't even gotta say all that to you. You nonsense. You not even worth. I'm disappointed in myself that I actually was going to take you anywhere, or I came up to you and tried to approach you. I should have vetted that out from across the room, or whatever the case may be. That's real rap. I don't give no woman like the time of day to like. I ain't got time. I can't do it. And I wish more men was like that, like to the point where it's like, man, fuck this. But a lot of men is, because men ain't even dating these chicks. Like, chicks would love to go on a date nowadays. Ain't nobody dating these hoes. Keith, what's the deal, bro? Ain't nobody dating these hoes. Which girl? On stream? Who that? Did you talk about in the comment section? You probably talk about Unique. But I ain't never do an actual stream with a chick. Not that no. You probably talk about in the comment section, right? She on here. Unique, you here? That's one of my moderators. Unique is she more than a, she might be in here. But yeah, y'all, it's one of them joints like we just gotta do better and understand like what these women is really trying to do. Like and be one and be a late ahead of the curve with them. Just to be ahead of the damn curve. But I think I'm caught up on y'all. I had a couple topics I wanted to touch on too, y'all. If you haven't hit the like button, can you hit it? I know we already an hour and a half in. Whew. This shit's uncomfortable. And y'all, real quick, just a small side topic. And y'all watched them awards last night? The BET Awards. I didn't watch it. I saw bits and pieces because I was like turning back and forth. But I mainly was watching it for the bull Drewski. I wanted to see how he did. I know it was like a lot of people was critical of him. I mean, he got a lot of good reviews, but I saw a lot of bad as well. People say he not funny, this and that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't watch enough of it to really have a real output one way or another on it. It's not really my thing at this point. I mean, I know it was a couple old heads that did perform. People from like more of my era that I probably would enjoy, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. But we're going to get to a couple topics that I wanted to touch on. Because I touched on a topic in a previous video. It wasn't a live, but it was a previous video. And it was about dating, believe it or not. What we was just talking about as far as what women are the red flags. What types of women are red flags when dating. I'm going to touch on that one first just because we just got off the dating subject. And obviously, like right off the bat, hell, women that has this entitlement, that's talking about all this materialistic, superficial stuff on a first date. Obviously, we already touched on that, but we gotta put that one out there first. Like, if she's talking that game, I wouldn't even pursue it. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be nothing to even take serious. But some of the ones I notably touched on was the club goers, the party goers. Now, obviously, if you meeting a woman in that setting, that's one thing. But a lot of guys is going to clubs, bars, night lounges, or whatever, not as much no more. And obviously, like I said, dating ain't a thing as much no more. But if we being real, there's still a lot of guys that's out here dating. We just gotta keep it a buck. There's some men out here dating. But Keith, what's the deal? I think a red flag and bad behaving women, promiscuous women just not who just you shouldn't be giving your attention to are these women. Now, here's the caveat in that because a lot of people gonna say, well, that's a place where a lot of men meet women, and that is true. But think about it in today's times. Women can meet men so many different ways. They can meet men on social media. They meet men in person at different places, various places they go. They definitely meet men at work. They meet men all different ways, right? The chances of a woman just randomly being in a club, a lounge, a night bar, whatever, just ho hum, you just happen to catch her there on that one. Now, it happens, but you just happen to catch her there on that singular night is very minuscule. More than likely, and this is just me talking, she is a club, night lounge, um, bar goer. Now, y'all gonna say what's wrong with that? Well, just from what we know, women that hang out in them type places is usually no prize. Just gotta keep it. I'm saying usually. I'm not saying you can't get lucky. And I met her in a bar, but she happened to be cool. She had like we got married or whatever the case may be. That happens. That happens. But if we using logic here, women that hang out in them type of places is usually not should not be taken serious. Can you have a good time with her? Yes. Obviously, can you lay down with her and get whatever, sexual from her? Yes. Can she become somebody cool that you talk to, that you whatever? Yes. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to last. It's going to crash and burn because first of all, once y'all do the deed and become whatever y'all gonna become, you'll like that club life stuff is still in her head. And some women ain't willing to stop that for certain men. Now some women are, and we're gonna get into that because they pull wool over eyes and become somewhat subdued. But no, fellas, I think those women are red flag women. Now if you just meeting women to get your rocks off, by all means, I mean that's might be the number one spot to meet a woman at, especially for you guys that's not heavy on social media like me. Like you're not on Instagram all day and sliding in the DMs. You're not on Facebook and sending hearts to random women. If you're just a guy that's just for the most part meeting women generically, then and you looking to get your rocks off, then by all means go to the lounge. Go to the hookah bars too. I heard they in there too. You gonna meet somebody, especially you carry yourself hard. You're not a bad looking guy. You easy on the eyes. It's pretty easy to meet them. But I'm saying for the average guy that's looking for something solid, those women ain't to be like. They're not like club goers, goers, women that on a regular go to these places. They could be okay people, but usually they're not good to wife. They're not. I gotta keep it a buck. So that's just one right off the bat, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think as I go on. I got a few of them. And obviously, there's more than I'm just summing a few up that, you know, run clubs. I heard. Yeah, yeah, club girl and they don't seem to get it though. They don't they don't seem to get it that they post pictures in these places and everything. And these be the same women that's looking for future husbands. Whether they acknowledge it or not, they're looking to get scooped. And it's like, sis, you doing it way wrong. But you can't tell them that, you know, because we hold the keys to relationship. I tell them all the time, they hold the keys to sex. I give women that. They hold the keys to sex. They just do. But we hold the keys to relationship. We have to agree to relationship. Women ain't, women is agreeing to relationships too, but y'all know what I mean. A man has to actually wife you. A man has to actually have fidelity for you and not run around and we hold the keys to that. They don't. They do hold the keys to sex. I give them that. So when you want to be wifed, it takes a guy, a logical man or whatever man, to see you for those ways. And when I say wife, I don't mean marriage. I mean a man to take you serious. A man to call you his own. It ain't happening when you a club goer. It ain't. You in there, motherfuckers by first name and shit. That's not nothing endearing to a guy. To your average guy. Now, some guys might not turn the neck out of that at all, but it depends. It is what it is. Um, but moving on. Another type of woman, if you ask me, that is a red flag when dating or looking for something somewhat serious, is the pierced and the tattooed woman. Now y'all know how I feel. Some of y'all might be new to the party. There's nothing. How can I put this? There's nothing like modest about a woman that's inked up. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What it shows is a woman that's been through a lot of trauma. It shows a masculine trait of women. These women can't be submissive to save their life. It shows promiscuity. It just shows too much. And I used to say maybe it's just me. This is logic, fellas. This is logic. Women with massive amounts of massive number of tattoos and massive size tattoos are walking red flags. Freddie, what's the deal? They are walking red flags. I know it looks exotic. I know it looks erotic. But what I'm saying is, if you're looking for something serious and you dating with a purpose, these are women that cannot submit to save their lives. I'm sorry. Ink is ink. And when these women are walking around with sleeves and big zebras on their back and with wings flying out that look like they can reach you, and big leg tattoos and big neck tattoos and big cleavage tattoos, fellas. And I get that a lot of y'all know, but I gotta speak it. It is a red flag. These women have a dominant trait to them too. It shows a sign of dominance. Same thing with the piercings. The crazy piercings that hang down like this. Fellas, those women should not be. Now, there's a few caveats, there's a few stragglers that, okay, she's the exception, but she's not the rule. Your average woman that walks around with a bunch of ink on her is not wifey. I don't care if she wears a sundress. I don't care if she wears eyelashes all the way up to here. She's not feminine, bruh. She's not. She dresses feminine, but what I be having to tell some guys and all women is femininity is a mindset. Femininity is a mindset. It's not nothing that you wear. So a lot of women say, I'm feminine. Because look, I wear high heels and I get my toes done every week. That don't make you feminine. That make you a woman. That don't make you feminine. So that's what that shows. It ain't always about promiscuity. Because I ain't going to say every woman that's tatted up is a whore, but I'm keeping it a buck. She's not submissive. And she might be masculine. It's just true. It's just true. They're walking red flags. They're walking dudes. They are. Now, 1, 2, maybe even 3 tattoos, modest tattoos or whatever, because people, it is what it is. We all grown. But no. And then for the women that say, well, all my tattoos have a meaning. I don't care. All my tattoos is my kids and my dead relatives. And it's like, okay, I get it. But it still doesn't, it's not, fellas. These women, these are the same women that I see leading their men. Women with all the tattoos, they're running the show most of the time. And what women like to say is, you're not man enough for a real woman with a bunch of tattoos. And I'll sit there and be like, okay, I'm not going to argue with you whether I'm man enough or not. And I'm not a real man just because I'm not abiding to a bunch of fucking ink. That's BS. Those women, there's a lot of women that really, I talk to women, on a regular, and I know there's a lot of women out there that want to get their tattoos removed. Because they see what it is. They see that men are looking at that and saying, now, can some of these women be okay people? Yeah. All of it is what it is. Blaze said, facts, tattoos look ugly on women. I know a girl who tattooed a sword, between her chest. See, this is what I'm saying. And they starting to get real depictive and erotic with these tattoos, too. They getting flowers with penises coming out of them and stuff. There's nothing erotic about that. I mean, it's not. I mean, I said there's nothing erotic. There's nothing endearing about that. They getting forget a tramp stamp. They getting stuff on their ass. They getting stuff on their necks. They're, like my man Blaze said, they getting stuff between their tits, all up in here. It's nothing like I said. Have some fun with it. Like none of this goes for you guys that's just having fun. I know most of you guys are because a lot of guys ain't taking these women serious anyway. But I'm just keeping it real because I know for every guy that's just getting his rocks off, is guys that wouldn't mind finding an alright chick. And if you dating with a purpose or trying to meet a real solid woman, the tatted woman ain't it. 97% of the time, the tatted woman ain't it. There's a 3% scragglers out there that are the exception. I admit to that. She just, for whatever reason, like Ink, and there's nothing diabolical in her mind. There's no trauma. It shows a sign of a woman not even liking herself. Like, she's trying to enhance her look. Like, she's trying to make herself look more erotic. She's trying to make herself stand out more. We know all women like attention, but a woman with a bunch of tattoos, she like attention on a level. It's like, look at me. Look at all this ink. Look at this. I got a skeleton right here. I got a dollar sign right here. I got a big sleeve of all this crap and hieroglyphics and Roman numeral numbers all up and down my arm. It is a masculine trait. Tattoos has always been masculine. It has. It's just one of them things. Bro, you on point. Being true, this is not. No, it's not. It's wild out this joint. It's wild. It has always been like that. And we just gotta keep it a buck. But they'll say you just being sassy, you're not man enough, you're not masculine enough to understand. I'm feminine. Look, I got on high heels. So how am I masculine just because I got a bunch of tattoos? Look, I got a weave down to my ass. That's feminine. Look, I got my toes and nails done. That's feminine. Look, I'm wearing all a pound of makeup on my face. I'm feminine, baby. Feminine. Being feminine is a mindset. It's not what you throw on. If you feminine, you feminine up here. It's not because you decorate yourself with a bunch of cosmetics and accessories. Like they don't, that part. That's what baffles me, y'all. They think just because I dress like a girl, I'm feminine. No, it's wild, bro. It really is. Now let's get into this one because I know y'all gonna have a kick with this one. Believe it or not, some red flags with some of these chicks is their occupation. Now, this is obviously one of them things that you gotta kind of dive into more. Like just because you meet a woman and she say she's this, you gotta get to know her a little bit and see her ways. But I'm just saying, raise an eyebrow to when a woman tells you because right off the bat, we know these nurses are. You know what it is with nurses? Because I get a lot of slack with nurses, well, female nurses that be like, that's not true or whatever. We're not promiscuous and all this. And what it be is there's so many nurses, there's so many women in that field. So obviously they're all not promiscuous. But what it is like nurses is like some of the most sexual beings. They're very sexual for whatever reason. Maybe it's just me. Y'all tell me if y'all seen it in y'all past or y'all know what I mean in y'all uh dating lives. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting flustered. Wave, I'm gonna get to you in a minute. Appreciate you. Uh, but nurses are is very sexual. They're a very intimate creature. So we put that in our heads. And then we just hear the stories and we see the stuff, like in the hospitals and stuff like that. And it's like, man, these nurses are freaks. They are very, very much so flirtatious. that are very much so somewhat like overly erotic, and a lot of them are very promiscuous. I gotta keep it a buck. Especially these nurses that work at hospitals, forget about it. Let me get to my man's comment. My ex girl once told me I don't have my emotions under control before when we were together. She. Yeah, definitely elaborate on it, bro. I see what you're saying, but elaborate on it so I can get more context of it. He said occupational hazard RN. Yeah. Yeah, like listen, these hospital workers are like these nurses, man. Man, boy, they something else. You said mostly Spanish women? I mean, now Wade, when you say your ex girl, you mean the one that you stopped talking to because of the friend situation, or is it somebody else? But yeah, just elaborate on it for me so I can see where you coming from. But yeah, get back into it. Yeah, so nurses is definitely like hospital workers, yo. Like, listen, in my line of work, I'm a driver, right? So I do deliveries. So I go to various places, hospitals, or whatever. Even I see it just making my little. I'm only in there for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops, and I see it just being a visitor. It is like high school in these hospitals with the EVS workers, with the dietitians, definitely the nurses, the staff, the RNs, the LPN, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it. It is going down in these hospitals. I mean, down. And a lot of these women, y'all that to my men that's dealing with dating, a lot of these women is getting cracked at work. They getting like a lot of these women that are supposedly with somebody. They doing they nasty stuff with somebody at their job. I just gotta tell y'all, like, not to say who you all dealing with currently. If y'all dealing with somebody, I'm just saying, like, just women in general. These chicks be getting like they do they dirt on the clock a lot. Like I done seen it with my own two eyes on that one. We could get into that a little later, but is crazy John out here. It really is. Uh, yeah, work husbands is definitely common in these hospitals. It is. They doing what they do. Hey, I'm telling y'all what I know. It is bad. I mean, like for guys that's dealing with these type of women, these women are coming off as so regular at home or in they just regular life. That's because they doing what they doing at the job, at the damn job, and we gonna get into it. All right, my man. My man Wave hit me back, put me in a chokehold at a party. She was with some at the time. Yeah. Hold on, Wave. You. Oh, okay. I saw your comment went away. My bad. Okay, it was the one that you okay put you in a chokehold at a party. I couldn't breathe. Yeah. Oh wow. So and she witnessed all this? The chick was at the party? Yeah, it's crazy. Listen, you did what you had to do. Listen, let me tell you something about a chokehold. That's like I done seen people faint and lose consciousness from stuff like that. So that's damn near threatening your life. You did what you had to do though. But she tried to use it against you. See, I never understood that. Women will use some crazy stuff like defending yourself and trying to make you look like the bad guy. I never understand, and that happens a lot. Like not like in that actual entity, but y'all know what I mean. Like things where you trying to be righteous, and they'll make it seem like you're the aggressor or like you got a problem or you got some type of anger. That's women for you. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Yeah, you left her like listen for good reason and more in more ways than one, bro. Yeah, it's a real joke. What it was you was going off adrenaline. You was in a compromising position and you did what you had to do to get the fuck up out of that. You blacked out. Like not making excuses because I damn sure would have listen. You get me in a compromised position, I'm doing whatever I gotta do to get by that. So be it. Whether I gotta crack you, whether I gotta whatever. Because that's like nowadays, man, there ain't no there ain't no game. There ain't nothing to play with. People was out here losing their lives and not saying Bo was trying to delete you or nothing, but things go from 0 to 100. But my main thing with that one is she should have understood what the situation was. That's just being a man, you know. But it's wild. It's wild out here. All more the reason why you definitely did the right thing by leaving her alone. I tried to break up with my girl a week ago, and she got what? She got me arrested by fault. Got me arrested by falsely accusing me of kidnapping. Listen, I heard crazier stories than that, bro. And that's wild that she did that. Women can't handle rejection. And more in the case, women can't handle when they feel as though they got somebody and they don't want to be with them no more. Women can't handle. They say men can't handle rejection, and I ain't gonna lie, there's some men that can't handle rejection, but that's just rejection on the surface. They can't handle a guy that they once had not wanting them no more. Women will do all types, man. I feel for you, bro. Women will do all types of crazy stuff just to prove a point or make you feel bad or put your character at jeopardy, in jeopardy, I should say, by putting false allegations. It's wild out here. These hoes, man, listen, y'all know the rest. They something. They are something. But it's wild. I like this. It is wild. Where we at with it, y'all? But right, I could tell, bro. And I don't know you personally. I could tell you probably not the type of guy that even move on that type way. But listen, It be them ones. It be the quiet ones or the mild mannered guys that you gotta watch. The ones that ain't trying to bother nobody. That's really about that life. When it come down to it's gonna be either me or you. It's like no, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. Like they the ones you don't mess with. And I tell people that all the time. But yeah, but yeah, y'all. I don't want to get winded, but I do want to at least finish this topic as far as the red flag women to look out for. And I know we just got finished talking about the tattoo pierced women. Another thing, that piercing is a sign of promiscuity. Any woman that want one of these, just to let you, I know we covered the tattoos, but them piercings mean something too. Appreciate the super. We got my man Al in the building. What's the deal, bro? Um, he said if you have your own place, stand out from other men. Facts. We talked about that last night, Al. I'm glad you spoke on that. Al pretty much said if you're a man with your own spot, if you're a man with your own place, you stand out from other men, which is facts. That's why I tell men keep your spot. Even if you got a girl, go over there on the weekends. Go over there, go over there twice a week, once a week, whatever. But keep your spot. You don't gotta move in with no joint. That's like going back, moving backwards. Um, he said you stand out from other men. You as a man have the power in a relationship. Women chase you, not the other way around. Yo, bro, we literally. I'm glad you pointed that out. We was just talking about that last night. It is so true. I think moving in with a woman is nonsense. I do, unless it's like your kids is there or like something of significance. That's going to have you want you around. She could be a good girl. This ain't even a knock on the woman. This is more about you. Having your own spot don't have nothing to do with the woman. It's more about you, your peace, and just having that as a safe haven. Real rap. You know? But some guys don't see it that way. You know? I look at it in that like exclusively, like at all times. Yeah, definitely my man Len. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping it moving. We was on the topic of red flags with the women, and we talked about club goers, party hoppers. Them type of women is only good for a rug burn for the most part. I gotta keep it a buck. Um, and when we just covered the different occupational women, and we also there's actually more. No, we on the occupational women. We covered the tattoos, the piercings, the occupational women. We talked about nurses, right, y'all? We definitely mentioned the nurses. We had to get that right out the bat. Another occupation, and this one is a little far. It ain't far fetched, but this one is a little um miscellaneous. I'ma say because it ain't a well. It's women that does this, but it ain't like a regular degular. And this might be higher than nurses, believe it or not. The only reason why it's not higher than nurses is because not a lot of them, but there's enough of them, and there's a rare. I ain't gonna say a rare occupation, but y'all know. All right, bartenders is a red flag. Never take no bartender serious. You heard it here first. Listen, I've been around. I've been around for 41 years. I never dated a bartender, but I have yet to meet a modest bartender, a humble bartender, a bartender that I look at in an endearing way. Now, could they be okay people? Yeah, but I'm saying a bartender that I would look at in a way where she's like she's for one guy. Like the bartenders that I got to know over the years are all promiscuous. This is just on the promiscuous level. This ain't even These are bad people type women. These are unsubmissive type women. These are whatever. This ain't even on none of those levels. This is straight promiscuity when I'm talking about bartenders. Bartender women is the biggest red flag for being promiscuous in the work field. Facts. Obviously, like, I mean, y'all know I got double talk. I cover all my rounds here. Obviously, OF models, strippers, things of that nature is on the higher level, but that's not really even the occupation. We ain't even gonna give them that benefit of the doubt. We ain't gonna give them that much. You know what I mean? But as far as a real occupation that don't have nothing to do with sex, bartender is over nurses by a mile. Because this just go to my life, and I know I don't speak for everybody, but I'm just saying from a guy that been in the loop, especially in his younger years, I have never met a bartender that I deemed, like I said, I never dated one, but that I deemed, or I got to know her, like I see her, like I always see her here, whatever. She's the type of woman that would be for one man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, we got some bartenders that picked up bartender in a later lot and they later years, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. It's caveats and everything, y'all. Y'all know me. I don't. This ain't rocket science. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling y'all. So any woman that has aspirations to be a bartender is a red flag, because that's a new thing too. These women want to be mixologists for some reason. It is a red flag. If let's say it's this let's say you like a 31-year-old man and you met this chick that's 26 and she's like, yeah, I want to go to school for bartender. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. I'm sorry. And she could be an okay person. It takes a certain type of woman to want to be a bartender. First of all, it just does. You're around a bunch of men, you're around a bunch of smoke, you're around a bunch of this, you're around different personalities, you're around drunk men. It takes, in women, but I'm just saying, you in an atmosphere of drinking, of intoxication. You are putting yourself purposely. Not saying it's not bad because I drink and I've been in bar. It don't mean like any woman that want to be around me is. Yeah, I mean y'all know what I mean. I'm talking about as a profession, as a serious profession, as you know, and I get that people doing stuff to get money and all that. You got to pay the rent. You got to pay the bills. I'm going to do what I can do or whatever. I get all that. I'm talking about just in general. Women that even put themselves in that profession is a red flag. You want to be around drunk men. You want to be, that's like, it's a thing in Philly where we know this. I ain't going to say this is a Philly thing. I share it with y'all. Us guys, we talk about women, female COs, correctional officers. It takes a certain type of woman to do that as well. At a male prison. Female correctional officers at male prisons are red flags too. You're putting yourself there. You're striving for this. It's a mental. This is all a mental thing, fellas. And it rings true with bartenders. I'm sorry. I've been around the block. I haven't met one yet where I'll be like, yo, I can see her being, no, they just, it's bad. So, rule of thumb on that one, because that's one that a lot of guys look over. They kind of gloss over. They really do. McGregor, what's up, bro? I'm glad you made it. Thank you for the super. Like, what do you mean? Damn, you broke Bull's jaw? Damn. It's the female nature of them just, you know what it is? It's the female nature of them just having something on you. Well, I seen what you did to the bull. I seen what you did to that guy. You got some aggression in you, or whatever the case may be. What it seemed like is she just not for you, bro. She just wasn't for you. Because I know women that's still gonna rock out for they dude, especially when they know he in a compromising position. He did what he had to do. So that's more like on the line. She wasn't for you. She had too much stuff like going on with her to keep it a buck. You with me on that one? Yeah. Lynn said cashiers too. There's some truth in that. There's definitely some truth in that. Uh, I was having relations with a bartender. She's fine, but up in age. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, you can have some fun with them. Matter of fact, let me tell you something. Bartenders can be some fun people. If you just a guy out here looking for fun and getting your rocks off, like that's why I said like this ain't the end all be all. Cause I know a lot of men ain't even looking for nothing serious. Like let's keep it a buck. But I'm just saying like as far as there's some guys out here dating with a purpose and they want to know who's those red flags and what's those signs or what's those traits. If you're looking for something solid, more than likely that bartender chick ain't it. I'm telling y'all, I know about bars. Um, the lounge life and the club life, I used to know about a little bit. I've never really been a club goer. Hell, I don't even really been in, like I talked about this on a prior video, I ain't even really been in a lot of strip clubs. Like I've been in strip clubs, but I'm not a known strip club goer. Or even in my younger years wasn't a known. But bars I know very well. And I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm just keeping it a buck. They got these baristas now. Them women, they something else too. Like women that's serving drinks for whatever reason. And like I said, it takes a certain type of woman to want to be that too. Because it ain't for the faint of heart. Let's just put it like that. It's not. That's not a job for the faint of heart, whether you man or woman. It's not. So any woman striving to be that, or yeah, I just so happen to work at a bar and all that. Ain't no just so happen. You're a certain type of woman. And I don't say that to be facetious. I'm being real. It take a certain type of chick to do that. It do. I mix drinks for a bunch of drunken men and talk to them about their problems all day. Let's keep it a buck. It takes a certain type of woman to do that. And I'm not making no light of it because I know there's some great bartenders out here and some of them could be good people. This ain't that, but I'm just saying, like, we gotta think second level on this. You sitting there talking like, come on now. What's up, Rocky? What's the deal? Oh yeah, I fully agree. I was just talking about that, Jay. My man, Jay Netty up in here. You never fully trust any woman. I don't care who she is. You never fully trust any woman. So yeah, that's definitely an L within itself. Just right off the rip, you're not lying. Loyalty. I made a video on that, bro. Women are not loyal to men. They're loyal to their feelings and their emotions. And it's just one of them things that we gotta deal with. We gotta swallow our pride and just know. What the difference is there's levels to their um unruly not unruly to their disloyalness. Every woman has disloyalness in her. It's just levels. Some women levels is way down here where they disloyal, but they disloyal on a low level. And some is up here. They will stab you in the back. They will talk about you behind your back. They will whatever. They do whatever. Never put your loyalty, your faith into a woman ever. I always say that. Always. Even the women you love, you could love her or whatever, and you think a lot about her, but never be like to the point where you so shocked that oh my gosh she did it. You could never be off your square on any level with women because they think with emotions. They are loyal to that and that only. They are not loyal to logic. Women don't have a logic bone in their body for the most part. So you being that logical being and thinking I'm doing this, so therefore she's going to do that, and she's going to think of me on this light. No, it ain't like that. Whatever a woman is feeling at that time, that's what she's loyal to, not you. That you know. So you right, damn. Like you definitely hit it on that one. Facts, bro. Facts. Like I tell guys that all the time. Stop putting your trust and faith in these chicks. They not even loyal to you. They could like you. They could even love you. But they are loyal to whatever they feel. And they very fickle. Women are very vain as well. So they just they like this. Like women are like they just are. Give me 1 second, y'all. Great. Whew. Real lazy with it. But yeah, you definitely I made a whole separate video on that very topic, dog. You ain't never lie about that. I have to adjust my camera just a little bit. Hold up, y'all. Yeah, so you knocked it out of the park on that one. Let's get back to business though. Respect over love. Real talk. Real talk. Shit. I'm definitely loving the dialogue tonight, y'all. I'm feeling these comments, man. We all definitely on point. Definitely on point. I'm liking it. Females these days play too many damn games and don't know. Talk about it. Well, a lot of women are children trapped in women's bodies, so they definitely play the games. And oh yeah, no doubt, bro. Always, most definitely. Yup, I got you. No problem. I appreciate you for being here. I definitely respect that. Um, yeah, they grown kids. Women are like children. Like if y'all like just being real, I look at me personally. I ain't gonna speak for y'all. I look at a lot of women as children, and I treat them as such because they don't. I'm not saying they slow or stupid or anything like that, but they just don't have it all. They don't have it all logically, and they don't really. They mature, but they it's like they mature, but don't mature. They pick and choose when they want to be adults out this joint, which is crazy. It's wild. I look at them as little girls, they little kid. Like they, if I had to put an age on, I look at them as like 13-year-olds or something. In the mind, you know, they grown women, but it's like, this bitch. You know, there's a lot of things they just don't get. But you know, while we on the subject, um, I know we was talking about the occupations that these women got, and obviously, like I said, you know, there's some, you know, Amazon workers. They pretty much so walking red flags too. They're walking red flags. These Amazon workers is, I don't know. Um, Hell, just to rattle some off at the top of my head. These dental assistants, gotta watch out for them. I think somebody said cashiers. Um, these women working in high volume of if they working in any type of workforce where it's predominantly men, it's just a red flag just off of merit, you know. Um, Female drivers. I know somebody said UPS too. Yeah, listen, it be going down in these warehouses. It definitely be going down. It be going down. What's up, bro? These warehouse worker women, chicks. Well, oh man, it be going down with them a lot. Um, but another red flag is the experienced woman. You know, y'all know my slogan: experience never looks good on a woman. So just a woman that's ultra experienced, because it might not even show a sign for bad behavior or even promiscuity. Um, but what it shows a red flag for is why aren't you with anyone? You know, what am I supposed to see that these other guys didn't see? Meaning, you're well rounded. You've been to these places. You done traveled a lot. You done this. You're an outdoorsman or outdoors woman. You know, and there's no, you have no homebody in you. You're experienced. You do things. You get out. Women that get out and make themselves available should have an easier time of meeting men. So what it shows a red flag for is, what am I supposed to see that your life and all these endeavors didn't already put you in? And I'm sure you done rub elbows with different men of different statures and different statuses, I should say. It shows like, damn, it's probably something wrong with you, you know? And then just the fact that on the same token, but at the other end of the spectrum, if that makes sense, it just is experience. Experienced women aren't aren't pursued by a lot of men. A lot of men look at experienced women as used goods, whether they promiscuous or not. It's just like, you done too much. You done been too, like, you know what I mean? You done, you know, the woman that is experienced is a red flag. It just is. Um, as a bartender, no to mess around with. We was just talking about that, bro. You probably came in late. You probably came in after. You said trying to be clingy. Yeah, we definitely we cover bartenders, bro. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. Can you have some fun with one? Yeah. Can you have some fun with one? And could she be an okay person? Probably. But I'm talking about to my guys that's really looking like dating with a purpose or whatever. I'm just saying it's a red flag. I'm saying, you do how you please, but oh man, I haven't met a bartender that I don't think of in they just not. It's hard because maybe I'm biased because I've spent a lot of time in bars. And I've never dated so take this with a grain of salt because I never dated a bartender personally. But just knowing, that it is a red flag for dating with a purpose. Yes, I'm gonna say hell yeah. It's at the top of the list. We talked about that for like 15, 20 minutes straight, bro. It's a red flag. Me personally, I would never take any bartender serious. A bartender would be for recreational uses only. I'm keeping it a buck. Even if I have a good time with her, even if I take one out, even if I laugh, we play off each other. But in the back of my mind, I'ma still know this is your profession. Unless I meet one that like really moved me or something, and I see that she's really like the exception, then yeah, because it's you know. But other than that, hell no. On the surface, hell no. I would never meet a bartender and be like, she's future wifey. Even after getting to know her and she might be okay, but in the back of my mind, I'm just like, you a certain type of chick. Because like I said, it goes back to it takes a certain type of woman to even do that. Sometimes you got to go with the like second level thinking of it. You got to think, all right, she strived to be this. You know, shit. Yes, I ain't taking. I'm not never gonna be sweet on no bartender. Fuck that. I'm like, no, I know too much. I know what goes on. You sitting there talking to random guys or random drunk men all day or all night or whatever. And it could be on the up and up, but it just is a mentality. That's all. It's a mentality. I remember girls with a man that were down just to say, yeah, listen, it's so crazy out here that it is, you know, it's one of them joints, y'all. Get some water. It's one of them joints. I remember my man was like, would you date a stripper? I'm like, bro, you trying to be funny. He's like, no, I'm serious. Would you date a stripper? Some of them just, I'm like, I had to ask him the same thing. Like, would you date a stripper? He like, no, but some of them. And like I said, like, y'all, the humane part in me is like some of these women could be okay people, but they're not to be taken serious on a relationship level. That's all I'm saying. Cause a stripper, I'm like, bro, you tripping. What the hell? What is we talking about? I had to laugh it off. I wouldn't do it. Like I look at them as a whole nother joint. Like I look at them as like the lowest of the low. Same thing with like Instagram models and OF shit. Like that shit ain't women ain't nobody to pursue. I'll still be surprised when some of them women be in relationships. I'll be like, who? Who's the loser that took you serious? But you never know. Never know. Yeah, but it be a lot going on with it. It goes for the same. These are the same women that believe body count don't matter. Like they don't believe because some women be like certain ways and they pass, and then when they get out of that, they feel as though they past don't reflect on their future, and it's like us men, we care about a woman's past. I know I do. I'm not saying this thing all be all, but man, if you gotta check her past, I want to know. And if I find out, it's like I'm judging you on that shit. Fuck that. Cause we get judged on our past all the times, don't we, fellas? It's like we can't have that same, I mean not that same, but we can't have no grace on women that don't have grace on us. A woman's past matters. Her body count matters. But a lot of these women don't like being judged. These be the same women be like, judgment free zone, don't judge me. I be like, yo, your past is a part of your history. And you can be fully like on some other shit like now. But it still matters. But a lot of them think they don't. A lot of women go around saying stuff like, um, body count and my past don't matter. But they be the same women that um they be the same hold on, my bad. They be the same women that lie about their past. So if it didn't matter, why lie about it? Or hide it. They hide their past. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't matter, you would hide it. It's just wild. McGregor said the past affects the present. Facts. Facts all day. Yeah, but man, it's wild, y'all. It's wild. Pretty much, Nettie. Jay Nettie hit it on the head. There's no point to even ask a woman her body count because it's going to be a lie. That's true. Like she gonna give you an honest answer. 4. 4. Did you just say 4? Like, did you just utter the word 4? Yeah. What's the problem? I don't believe you. You need more people. That's the problem. But they ain't. Thanks, bro. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. Let's hit the like button, y'all. We got like 40 people in here, and we only got half likes. Hit that like button for your boy. We 2.5 hours up in this joint. Man. 2.5 hours and going strong. You sub. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. We gotta definitely sub And I appreciate y'all for following the channel and being loyal subs to the ones that have been rocking out. Um, it is greatly appreciated. I really mean that. I really do. Pay attention to how they move. Pay attention to how they move. They will give. Yeah, yeah, and that's usually what we gotta do. We gotta kind of like finagle the body count number. Like you go off of whatever number they tell you. You start there, even though the number that they tell you is always lower than the real number, and then how they move from there on out shows you, kinda. Yeah, it definitely shows. Uh, Jay Nettie, I know you ain't saying fuck my Eagles. Come on, bro. You can't do this to me. Listen, my Eagles gonna be all right. Do I believe that my squad is as good as they was? I mean, they was just average last year. I mean, they made the playoffs, so they was above average. Do I think they as good as they was last year, roster-wise? No, they're not. My man Wave in the building, back in the building. Appreciate you, Wave. I really do. Let's. He said, I'm reading your chat now, bro. Guess she been with the friends. The only reason why I say you was right, because you explained to her. If you would have told me that you held it in and you just ghosted her, I would have been like, that was wrong. Because like you said, like you telling me now, she was loyal to you and you feel some type of way about, and I get it, bro. I could tell just by your by your wording that you do feel some type of way about letting it go or whatever. But here's the thing, bro. You explained to her that you were standing on business and you don't abide by that. For her to not understand that baffles me. It kind of showed me how loyal is she to you and your feelings and what you stand for as a man. You feel me? So, yeah, I think you was right. I'm being real. If you would have kept it bottled in, because let's keep it a buck, fellas, we keep a lot of stuff in. We do. We're not emotional. We're not like, you know. So a lot of times we just kind of wait for a chick to figure out what the problem is. Or we just straight ghost them. You explained to her like what your displeasure was and she still didn't get it. It's like, oh, you know, you're a Giants fan. That figures. I knew it had to be something. Because it's like, you know, my birds. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of them Eagle fans where they can do no wrong. And don't get me wrong, I rock out 100% with them, no matter what. That's my team when it comes to football. But I'm not one of them fans where it's like nobody else is better than them. They could do no wrong or whatever. But it's like, come on now. They they doing their thing. You gotta admit, they a historic franchise at this point. They in the mix. They a great franchise. We gotta keep it real. Even though we don't have as much Super Bowl rings as the Giants of anybody in that division. The Redskins got more. Yeah, I still call them the Redskins. Fuck that. I'll be damned if I call them the Commanders. That's just stupid. They need to change the name to something real. But um, the Redskins got more Super Bowls than the Eagles. The Giants got more Super Bowls than the Eagles and the Cowboys. I get it. But that's over time. The Eagles got 2 Super Bowls in the last 8 years. We got to keep it a buck. Eagles have been consistently in the playoffs for the last 25 years. I ain't gonna say straight. They missed the playoffs some of them years, but I'm just saying they've been prevalent in the NFL for quite a long time. Gotta give them their flowers. They are a well run organization. You know, trust me, I know my sports now. You right in my wheelhouse. And I think the Giants gonna be better, believe it or not. I do think they're gonna be better, but better for them ain't saying much because the Giants was one of the worst teams in the league last year. One of my ex-girlfriends was 23 and said she laid what before, but tell me. Damn. She messed with a she slept with a guy 40 years her senior. I mean, that takes a certain type of chick too. Now, did she tell you what it was for? Was it for like money? Was it monetary purposes? Cause like on either end it's crazy, but it's like damn. No, I get it. No, hell yeah. You from New York, rock out with your team. I'm one of them type guys where my team could suck and I'ma still rock out with them. So you being from New York, I get it. And I forgot you did tell me you from New York too, so I should have known. So I ain't gonna say, the Eagles supposed to suck from you. Like if you didn't say the Eagles suck, I would look at you crazy. Being from New York, so I get it, bro. But it's just like the Eagles is one of them ones, man, when it comes to franchises. They are. But your team is going to be better. Yeah, that's wild. 63 years old, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he definitely dodged the bullet. I was telling him earlier. Like, she want to be dealing with male friends and stuff. That's a no-no for most men. And to the men that it ain't a no-no for, I question your manliness because what guy want his girl if he really bang with her, talking, texting, or whatever with another man? That's not a good joint on any front. She better be your brother. He better be gay, or he better be like a friend of the family, and even that's questionable. But like somebody like is just tightly knit with what's going on type of joint. Y'all know what I mean. But other than that, no, hell yeah. What you expect a man to say? Chicks kill me with that friend stuff. They be thinking it's just what it is. It's like no. Even if it ain't nothing sex, because they go back to sex. It's like we're really not doing that. It ain't the fact that y'all not doing that. It's a disrespectful act. It's the respect factor. Because that's all they go back to is we're not doing nothing. That's all fine and well, but still. Where we at with it, y'all? Y'all funny. I'm reading y'all comments. Y'all funny as hell. Giants are terrible. At least you admit to that. Cause I'm a realist too. Like with my teams, I'm a Philly all the way. So Sixers, Eagles, Phillies, Flyers. No matter what. Now there's times where those teams get on my nerves, especially the Sixers. Sixers is probably the lowest on my radar. And then the Flyers, Eagles. Philly's always been my number one because I love baseball. I'm a baseball junkie, y'all. I love sports, period, but I love baseball. And I know that's not everybody's favorite sport, but that's what I'm a baseball lifer. But my Phillies getting on my nerves too because they should have They should have won the World Series that year. Was it the Mets? No, Arizona put them out. That was their World Series right there. So they on some shit. They like this is the year where they got. I know the Dodgers. I don't want to bore y'all with a bunch of sports talk. To those of y'all that's not into sports, especially baseball, but um, it's one of them things, y'all. Like the Dodgers is in their way because the Dodgers look like a team that can't be stopped. I had reach. Is unique? You in here? She might be going now. I wanted to get a woman's point of view on something, y'all, to bring some levity to the conversation. But she keep it real. I will give her that, so she won't be too biased. You watch boxing and MMA? That's what's up. I used to be in boxing way more back in the day. I'm still into it, but not as much. MMA, I ain't gonna say I'm not into it at all, but not enough to really like speak on it, if that makes sense. NFC East division will improve, and the Eagles are not. I ain't gonna lie. Doc Smith, I ain't even gonna lie. I don't see the Eagles. I ain't gonna lie. The Eagles gonna have a hard time getting in the playoffs this year. I really believe that. They ain't got like the craziest schedule in the world, but they schedule as far as not the teams they playing, but the times they playing and the days they playing, the way it's set up with the home and the way, or whatever the case may be. It's just hold on, y'all. Fix that real quick. It's like not in their favor, and then the team is to me not as good as last year. So I admit when my team's in trouble, like they not looking, and the NFC East is looking, the Redskins is tough. The only reason why the Redskins ain't do so good last year because their quarterback got injured. If he come back fully healthy, because he's good, and they got a good defense too, they gonna be a problem. They gotta get that offensive line together to protect them. But other than that, the Redskins is legit, and the Cowboys obviously gonna be in the mix a little bit. They always in the mix some type of way. They don't never do nothing, but the Cowboys is the Cowboys. So how about them Cowboys? I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, bro. Yeah, as we get older, the games and the playing tend to, die down. I get you on that, bro, McGregor. I get you on that. Um, but we are coming up soon on 3 hours, y'all. It's almost midnight here in the East. We could still chat, bust it up for a little while, but I'm gonna try to come to the finish line pretty soon. I appreciate all like y'all. This live was banging. We talked on some stuff and we got to some points. I appreciate all the commentary. I see y'all chatting with each other in the comments. That's what's up too. We touched on some. I didn't even get to all my topics, but I didn't want this live to go crazy long. But we gonna rock out for at least another 10 minutes or so. What is it? 11:55. So we got time, y'all. Where we at though with the comments? You a Bill fan? Now, is you from Buffalo area? Marcus, or you just like the Bills? I always been the type of bull wherever I'm from, that's who I'm a root for. But I get that some people are from places that don't have a team. I get that some people are transplants to other cities. So I get it. But it's always been a rule of mine. Like wherever I'm from, I'm just gonna root for that team. I'm never gonna be like a Detroit Lions fan living in Philly. That'll never be a thing. Like I'm root for the Eagles because that's where I'm from, you know. But that's just me. There's no real rule to that for other people. I don't bang with the Sixers, but I gotta root for them because I'm from Philly. I can't dare root for the Clippers or, you know what I mean, if it makes sense. So it's like I can't do that. Now I'll have a secondary team. Usually is a team that's not like my secondary team. Always been the Raiders. As far as like, it's usually a team that don't have no type of conflict with my team, if that makes sense. No type of immediate impact on my team. So in football, it was the Raiders. In hockey, I like the Kings, the Los Angeles Kings. Um, in baseball, did I have a second? Hold up. In baseball, shit, it was the Seattle Mariners. And hockey, oh no, I said the Kings. What team? Oh, basketball. I don't think I really had one in basketball. To keep it above. So, Jay Nettie, you up out of here? Catch me on the next one. All right, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta work too. We wrapping up soon though. Salute my man. You definitely brought it. I appreciate the dialogue. But we gonna wrap it up, y'all. It's almost midnight. I'm gonna get to y'all, give y'all a shout out. Um, who knows? Might be another live coming tomorrow. Like if y'all wanna, rock out, you know, on y'all way out, definitely send them likes. If you haven't liked, and I'm gonna get to y'all. Uh, definitely gonna get to y'all. So I definitely gotta give a shout out to my man Wave. Wave, I appreciate you, bro. And I hope everything worked out for you. I could tell that you had some things on your mind, bro. And that's what we here for. To I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate um you sent that. Yeah. You know who you are. Getting a little tired, so I can't see as good. But I'm all right, bro. Salute. Yes, sir. Yeah, it was definitely a good live, right? For sure. Like we was in here vibing. But to my man Wave, real quick, I just want to get this out. Bro, do you, man. Do you. And I get that it's hard to you deal with a woman for a while, you think she the one, but it's all about standing on principle and moral, bro. And that's being real. This is all realness. You'll be all right, man. You dodged the bullet. Any woman that don't understand you and understand something on the respect level, bro, she not for you. Maybe y'all could be friends. Maybe y'all could be acquaintances, but she not for you. That's just bottom line. Saving yourself. If you still on here, I don't even know if you still here. But it's saving yourself a world of trouble down the road. Because for her not to understand what you stand on when it comes to that, that's wild. But I definitely appreciate you for all the supers and the thanks and the chats. I had to get to you first. My man Graham in the building. I appreciate you, bro. Al Smith brought it. Jay Nettie, as always, up in the building, man. James Marshall, what's the deal? My man G's, Inner G's, what's the deal? Ryan was up in here. I think Ryan left a little earlier. NY Kid, Um, Jamanu 223, what's up, bro? Lynn McGregor, obviously. Blaze Bradley. That's what I'm talking about. Unique was here. I think Unique fell back. That's what's up. Johnny. My bad. John Mayer. John Myers. I'm sorry. I'll be messing your name up. And you a regular. I'm sorry, John. Um, who else? Freddie. What's the deal? Rock Entertainment. What's the deal? Dennis, I appreciate you. Doc Smith, as always. G, what's up, bro? Jason, Morris, what's up, man? D, Colton, uh, and a cast of others. Marcus, as always. Marcus always up in here. Marcus, vibe with us a little more, bro. I get that you watch the lives, but you know, you say what's up from time to time. But if you want to send some dialogue, you can, bro. I see you all the time, but I appreciate you. And a cast of others, y'all. We gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. Um, who knows at this point? I might go live tomorrow. We could do it again tomorrow. I'm gonna let y'all know. It depends on how work goes and how those obligations go. But other than that, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. This live was banging. It's one of the best lives. You gotta keep it a buck. It might be a close second to a live I did like 4 months ago that I'll never forget. And we was just in there. It was like, it was crazy. If y'all remember, y'all remember. But other than that, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Until the next time, I see y'all on the next one. I am out. Peace and blessings.